Hello everybody! So today I'll be walking you guys through my attempt at these Mickey sugar cookies. Now this recipe comes from the Unofficial Disney Parks Cookbook. I have the Kindle version of this book, as you can see here, and was in the mood for some Disney treats. And according to the recipe summary, these cookies can be found on Main Street, USA at Magic Kingdom in Anaheim. So let's get right into it. First, I preheated the oven to 350 degrees. And the original recipe was supposed to yield 3 dozen cookies, but I thought that was too many, so I cut the recipe in half. And I first measured out half a cup of sprinkles. I used both chocolate and rainbow sprinkles because that's what I had on hand. Next, I added 3/4 cups of softened butter into my mixing bowl. And then I also added 3/4 cups of sugar with my butter. And here is that butter sugar mixture. And then next, I used a hand mixer to combine the butter with the sugar. The recipe called for a flat beater attachment on my mixer, but I just used a regular whisk attachment because I didn't have the flat beater. Then I added a single egg to the mixture. I was also supposed to pour in half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, but I didn't have that, so we're just going to ignore it. And then I mixed the eggs with the butter and the sugar. Now moving on to more ingredients. I added 1 7/8 cups of all-purpose flour into my dough. That's 1.875 cups. Then I dropped in a teaspoon of baking powder. And then I also added half a teaspoon of salt with that. And then again, mix, mix, mix. So voila, here was my final cookie dough mixture. So at this point, it was time to begin rolling out my cookie dough. So I placed parchment paper down onto a baking sheet. I scooped out tiny handfuls of dough and rolled them out into balls. And then I also flattened them down as a cookie with my hand. So the recipe actually said to shape the dough using a Mickey cookie cutter, but I didn't have the cookie cutter, so I improvised. I basically used approximately 2 tablespoons of dough for the face section of Mickey's head and then about 1 teaspoon of dough for each of Mickey's ears. And then I laid down the sprinkles to add some color to my cookies. I just poured the sprinkles down onto the raw dough and pressed them in lightly. And as you can tell, the cookies didn't look exactly like the book, but I was like, they should work. And then I just put them in the oven at 350 degrees, as you can see here. And then I also baked them at that temperature for 15 minutes. So this is how the cookies looked after baking, and as expected, they did expand, and I wanted them to look a bit more defined, so in the future I would probably actually make the ears a little bit bigger, and I would also slightly reduce the amount of sugar used, but that's my personal preference. And there you have it, Mickey cookies from the Unofficial Disney Parks Cookbook. I plan on trying out more recipes from the book in the future and uploading them onto my channel. So hope you guys enjoyed this and thanks for watching. Bye.